Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. We are today carrying on with our vein of doing a clean and simple looking card and using these little tiny panels. And today I thought I would do something with this embossing folder, but I want it to, I think this is quite watery looking. So I thought maybe put something that's a bit watery in the background, because I thought that we'd put as our little piece in there a little turtle. So a little turtle swimming, I think will look really lovely. But I want to have this, even though it's supposed to be wood grain, I thought it would work quite nicely water, you know, a bit watery looking. So I've got some scrap paper here. And I've got a couple of blues. So I've got Pool Party and I've got Marina Mist, which are blues. I don't know whether I'm going to do a swipe. I don't know whether I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use a sponge dauber. I can direct that more easily. I think when you swipe it, you're left with whatever's going to happen. That one on there, and we'll have that as the other blue. I don't want just one colour, I want two colours, but I've thought if I don't like it a huge amount, I want to put some gilding wax in on there. So I'm just going to try and do this just sort of over the top and see how it works. I think this works quite well actually. I can put this quite nicely in. It's not I think I should have put some re-inker on this. It's not maybe quite the darkest, but I think it'll work. You have to be careful on the edges of these sorts of things because they can crack quite easily. Embossing folders are funny things. They can either be really easy or they can be quite difficult. I think I've got another one. Let me have a look. I've got two of these blues and I think this one needs re-inking, and I think this one probably is going to be okay. So let me just have a look at this one. Oh, I think they both look as if they need a bit of an ink, but I think this one might actually be better. So I'm going to try this one and see what that's like. Difficult to tell actually. They're both a bit I wanted this colour to come in first, but I think I'm going to end up having the darker blue because this isn't coming through as nicely. Let's take this one and see what this one is like. Oh look, this is quite, that's how it should be. And I want it to come sort of slightly below as well, because I'm going to try and take the gilding wax just over the top to get that real sort of look, because I want to try and make it more sea-like rather than it looking wood grain. And I know it's quite wood grainy at the moment, but I think it will work. This is where you do it gently, and there's me rushing around doing it a bit fast, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. That's sort of got a sea type tone to it, doesn't it? I'm going to try and just get a little bit more of the blue in. I think this one's probably better. Let's just bring more of that up, because I do like to mingle the tones in together, because then you get that real what I call sea look to it. I think it's going to be lovely. Okay, now what I need to do as well is, and I'm going to use the darker, I want to just do the edges to make sure that the edges are darker so that they will stand out nicely when we come to put it onto the card. Now I've done this on slightly thicker cardstock this time because the last one I did was on thinner cardstock, and with some embossing folders, particularly this one, it was cracking it, so which is pretty impossible then to do too much with it apart from just stick it down as it is. So this I think will work a little bit better, so let's just take that up there. Is that round all of them? Yes. Okay, so that's around all the sides. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of, and I'm going to use gold this time, I think. Now this is my Pebeo. No, yes, it is my Pebeo gilding wax, and this is very old. You can see it. It's quite crusty in there. But now I've started using it again, it comes back a bit more. Now you have to be very, very gentle with this. So literally just on the top of your finger. Take that out of there. You just want to rub it very gently across. I don't want to be having too much of it on here, but I do love gilding wax. It just gives that beautiful look to it. But it's the sort of thing less is more. So you really want to just do it quite gently. And then as you buff it, you can always add some more if you think you need some more. But normally just the little bit that you've used is enough. Now you can see, hopefully, that the colours are starting to come through quite nicely now. And as I say, if you have new gilding wax, it's not going to be, you're not going to have to keep dipping in the pot as often as I do. But mine, as I say, is it's quite it is getting a bit dry. I'm sure there's some way of being able to rejuvenate it. I haven't looked it up to try and see, but I'm sure there will be something. So I'm bound to. Just taking it across on here like that. Now I just need to look and see if that's, can you see? Yes, you can. I think that's going to be perfect. I don't want to over egg it. So let's put that in there like that. I'm going to have a yellow finger, but I need to get a bit of kitchen roll. So excuse me 2 seconds while I just grab a piece of kitchen roll. I can clean my finger off as I go. And then all I need to do is to just take this and just give it a bit of a buff. And what happens is the gilding wax just gives that beautiful, beautiful sheen on it. Perfect. So I hope you can see that now. Take that out of the way because we don't need that. But you've got this beautiful, is it showing? Yes, it is. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's get our card. And we're doing square cards this week. So this is going to come down in here. Perfect. Just need to wipe this off my finger a little bit, actually. I don't want to get gold everywhere. And then that's going to go in on the centre. Yes, you see it now looks a little bit watery like, and then that, it's going to look really nice, I think. Okay, so let's put this in on here. Nice bit of glue, and as I say, I make sure that I have it right up until the edges because you want it to stick down nicely. And the idea is it gives you quite a bit of white space round the card, but if you're like me, struggles with the clean and simple look because you want to add more, by doing this, extending this little panel a little bit with a bit of embossing like that, it then makes it work just a little bit better. So let me just turn that over, give it a rub down. Yes, look at that. I think that looks beautiful. Then we've got this panel to go in on here. And I don't know which way up I want it, actually. That way, I think, because that sort of got that watery look to it, hasn't it? And you've got the mica powders coming in as well. And as I say, these are all just little scrappy pieces that I just used as a, almost like the waste of when I was doing the parchment paper, or the crinkly parchment paper, which I think was absolutely beautiful. But this was just literally the waste paper that was over, and I think it looks amazing. So that's going to go in on the centre. Just bring that down like that. A little bit of gilding wax that just got stuck in that corner there. And then I'm going to put my little turtle in like that. And again, I could put him up as dimensionals. I'm not going to. I'm literally just going to put him in like that. But a wood grain texture works really well as sort of sea. I think it looks quite sort of pool, you know, where you look down into the water and you see the sort of ripples, as if you were looking down into a little window, looking at this little turtle swimming along. There we go. And I'm going to put him on here. Now, I'm not even going to put a sentiment or anything on. Do I want him swimming up? Yes, I do. So he's going to come straight like that in on here. And it's just going to go completely flat. And I'm just going to keep that like that. I don't think I'm going to put any sentiment at all on there because it can be used for all sorts of things. I might even put a little sentiment down on there if I want to. I might just keep it like that because I think that that would work. Masculine card. I might put a little bit of Wink of Stella on here to just give it a little bit of extra sparkle. But I absolutely love that look. So, hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.